Oh, it's already recording. What I was gonna say was my favorite activity though recently has been building with cardboard and watching video essays. Not even video essays, but like YouTube long video. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. Like I have all these cardboard pieces right now. Ooh, my nails, I need to repaint them. I'm making a little owl right now. It's hard to see. And here's the frame of his body, kind of. It'll be cool. When I was still trying to figure out if we were doing Jesse and Jane yesterday, I toyed with doing a salmon. Ooh! Well, I'm not even going to finish saying that because we're still doing it, but I made this mask. I didn't finish it because we didn't end up going with this costume, so I was like, okay. Hello, the date I'm recording this is March 11th, so it's been quite a long time, but most of this video I feel is a lot of just my dog and my cat, and that's fine. They make me really happy, and they are so symbolic as well, even though they are just animals. We have had them for so many years. I mean, Shira I got when I was probably 7-ish, but that might be a lie. And I might only be saying 7 because she was 7 months old when we got her. But yeah, and Pooch we've had since I was, just speaking. Like, I was 3, I think, when we got her. Obviously, I was speaking before that, but again, just having them around still is so impactful and something I do not take for granted. I am so grateful to have them both in the state that they are in my 20s and to have known them through my single digits of life. And then now it's just something that I really am grateful for. So yeah, and they're just beautiful. I mean, they're so beautiful. Wow. Like, Pooch is such a pretty cat, and all she does is really groom herself and then get pet, so, I mean, she's just a little doll, basically. I had more I wanted to talk about on the subject of them. Just how happy they make me because they feel so much of my childhood, and having that carry on, and, oh, I miss Shira so much right now. It's been a week and a half or so since I saw her, and I'll see her at the end of the week, but she is just my gal. She's my right-hand man, and I love her so much, and we're so bonded because we've known each other for so long, that she just stays on my hip all day because I'm at the house most of the day. And Pooch with her little broken hip. It's not broken now, but that's a long story. And I miss going to the parks. This is Mel planking on the swings. Alaric in the back just poking around. I just miss it. I miss being outside in this way, in a playful way. There isn't really much playgrounds in Florida, I will say. There's not much room for play anything in Florida. I really don't like that. Florida is beautiful though, nature-wise, but they don't know how to play in the way that we do in Texas. We play in Texas. Yeah. I'm not talking much because I'm sure there's sound at this part, and I'm trying to make this video and this channel kind of as quote-unquote informal as I can, only because I don't want to apply this seriousness to such an intimate part of my life, and that is the entirety of it. I like just showing snippets and my thoughts and talking and blah blah blah, and these are people I love so much.
Lower rock taxes.
Yeah, I miss Alaric a lot. I wish he could have come to Florida with us. It's also been interesting, especially looking back right now, but I feel like I've really changed a lot. I mean, I feel everyone has, and I have changed a lot. and just rediscovering what I want to be now in this stage of my life and what no longer fits in those boxes as they did then. Has been really interesting and exciting, I guess. It gives me so much more room to find more footing. I have really been wanting to go through my closet and set out a bunch of clothes for clothes swaps, and then also reupholster. I'm not a couch. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Refigure, I guess, clothing that I still love, but I would like in a different way. I'm really trying to learn how to sew. All I can get right now is a straight line, and it just stresses me out. But I know I'm capable of more than just a line. And so I want to resew shirts and dresses and such to fit different and be more tailored just for me and being my own tailor in and of it, I guess. But yeah, it's exciting because, I mean, growing up is just exciting, and being in your 20s is such a time for change. There's so much, I mean, your whole life, but they always, oh, well, gotta let Mel dance. That's where I wanna be, but not separate. People always, though, like, talk about their 20s and how magical and stuff they are and blah, 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 blah. But I think, like, if you can pull away from that specific thought and look at it more as I'm in my 20s, I'm so elastic in my mind and my body. I have so much potential. There's so much I can do, and my body will forgive me. And that, don't take that with salt, please. But, yeah, new makeup, just because I'm seeing Mel doing her mascara. I did her makeup on this day. I was having a lot of fun with it, and I want to get back to this kind of artistic styling. But your hair, your clothing, and more than just how you appear, but how you show up in yourself. In your 20s, that's such a pivotal time in a standard American life. I guess I can't really speak much for anything else, and I'm not trying to. But for most that I know, it's such a time where you're leaving high school and transitioning into the next stage of your life, whether you want to call that adulthood and whether or not you're going to college, but still you're taking another step, and that extra step allows for so much of how you want to present yourself, how you want to step up and step out, what you want to believe in, what you want to live and work for, finding what are your true passions, what they have been all along. I don't even know what I'm saying in this part. I was about to go to bed, but I really like my pajamas.
Sorry, that was awful.
And I love spinning. Also,
this lighting is
accepting or trying to... For me, it was acceptance, but for some, it's just going on a journey of self-discovery of your mental health, so that you can better understand how you can be the one to take care of yourself. Something that has been so helpful for me was realizing that a lot of it with my mental health is once I start feeling bad, I start wanting to just rid myself. I start not wanting to take care of myself, and it's not because I don't even have the energy to, it's because I cannot bring myself to want to see a better side for myself, and I don't like that, and I don't think that should be true, and so now I've had a lot more room in this newfound independence to say, like, hey, what do I need? Not just what do I want, because it's hard to say what you want when you're in a bad place, especially when you have cluster B disorders. That's just where my knowledge lies. I just can't speak for, others. So, however it is, it makes it hard to understand what you really want. So instead of that, just saying, hey, what do I need? I need to take good care of myself. I need that, because if I have that, I have firmer footing. So you have to force yourself, and it's like biting through leather at first. It's not easy to make yourself get up and go and massage your muscles and rub a lotion all over yourself, and the whole time being disconnected from your phone, from anything except yourself. And as you're doing it, just checking in with yourself and saying, how am I? I love you. I'm here as you are. We have always been. And what can I do to carry us? And a lot of the times you don't know, and I don't know. And a lot of the times you just want to scream and you just want to give in. But finding ways that you can not do that, that's, I got really distracted by food, but that's really important. And prioritizing that where you can. Schooling system is rough. And not because, I don't even know, that's such a complicated thing to have a say on, but college is just rough. It's really rough, and it's been rough on a lot of people I know, and I've seen a lot of stories of people's experiences, and I can't imagine that. I mean, I really did want to go to school. It wasn't that I didn't want to, and I had to kind of cope with that loss, that identity loss, that career loss, and that passion loss. And but now that I haven't, and I've been able to have this sort of self-healing journey and self-care journey, but care in the most primal way, I guess, not just, what moisturizer should I try next? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but taking a step farther in, I guess. And it's made me really grateful that I don't have to be in school right now, in an intensive schooling. I don't understand I just cannot wrap my head around the idea that you have to press these kids and everything so hard as if a diamond would come from it, and as if we could relate directly into that, I mean, I'm not perfect at all. I don't want to be. But earlier this week, I was having a really hard time. I still am struggling with the wisps of it. And the whole time, all my brain was feeling was that rah, rah, rah. That rallying, that urge and drive for action. And I couldn't get myself out of it, because while that aggression was there, that move, that motion, it was also accompanied by the depression and the not wanting and the not willing and not desiring, not having that passion. And the two together, I just felt combustible. I felt every moment that I was just about to pop. And it was awful. And it will be. I'm not immune to myself and to these feelings. But my friend, my light, my love, Sophie, had messaged me and said, rah, 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 but emphasis on the awe, because she said the ease is in there. And that has changed my thought process just already, and she only just said it. But now, whenever I feel myself, and not just when I'm sitting and thinking about my emotions, but when I'm narrowed in, I don't know what I was saying, narrowed in on a task, taking a step back and re-straightening my shoulders and telling myself, let it ease, let it relax, let it be more than this. Do not dilute yourself to what you're trying to do at that moment. And so for me, it could be something as simple as a Duolingo lesson, because I have a really hard time with gritting my teeth and clenching my jaw when I'm focused, and my shoulders sort of come in over my collarbone and my back hunches, and I start leaning, my neck starts tilting, and everything gets tight and just collapsed into what I'm trying to do on my phone. And instead, pulling back, breathing, pushing those shoulders back, rolling that spine back out, and breathing. just breathing. And it all starts with the breath. The breath is what will connect you. It will ease your mind. It will allow you to grab more onto what you really want, what you really need. That is where I found my peace, really. And I don't know how much longer is left in this video, and I don't really know how much longer is left in what I have to say. And oh no, it's so cute. Oh, it is pretty long because we went to Worst Fest. Okay, I'll keep yapping. But yeah, the breath. That has sometimes been the only thing that saves me because it's so easy to get so caught up in what I can't. I simply can't. I don't want. I don't need. And it wouldn't suffice me. And a lot of the times, too, that's just that second layer, the one in the front, unfortunately, sometimes. And then the layer behind that is one who wants, one who needs, one who longs and aches. And I have to take a step back to her. And I have to take breaths in that state. And it sometimes is farther in my head. And I have to zone out. And I have to get to my journal and just scrawl, not even writing. And this was such a good night. I love my friends so much, and my girlfriend, but I needed this atmosphere.
It was an Irish bar, bro. Best spot.
She's so pretty.
No, bro.
Her makeup is so good this day. But when you take deep breaths in that sort of inner layer, it allows you to sort of push out of that second layer of that stubbornness, unwillingness, anger, torment, whether that be a recollection of memories or what have you, but just distancing yourself from it. Because for me, if I'm still stuck with those two parts of myself pressed so tightly together, there's hardly room to breathe. It's hard to think about what I need and what I want, but when I can really release it, I remember that it is all just one, and it is all just me, and I am okay. And saying this while my brother is dancing with his pint of beer. Okay, Mel. But when I haven't done any of those things for myself, even if that's just, hey, rubbing my knee, it's my knee, I'm rubbing it, and that's me, and this up here is me, and this dancing is me. Like, I'm fine. If someone asks me if I'm okay, it's that second layer that responds. It's that anger, that urgency. It's that, no, I don't want it. I don't. And that's not true to me. It's not true to what I truly want. And that's how mental health is just tricky. And that's not all the ways how, but that's just one way how it's real tricky. But you find the ease, and you find ways to get out of yourself, and you find ways to come back into yourself. And some of those ways has been stretching for me, but not following a video necessarily. For the longest time, it was so hard for me to do anything without following a video. I couldn't face that imposter syndrome of life, of I need guidance. And I feel like the only reason I feel that way is because I grew up as a child of the beginning of social media. And just as that's progressed and social media has become influencers and influencers have become livelihoods, it's just oversaturated not only social media, but the humanity within it. And because it's supposed to be so relatable in comparison to the other world we live in, the one of money and the one of, which they're not few and far between, and they're not quite so different, it just made it feel too common and too much like I need a guide and someone can guide me. And sometimes you need that. That's fine. But with yoga and movement, not all of yoga, that is a hard thing to just know what to do, but stretching, I found that I know how to move my body. So not putting on a video, but just putting on Beach House, my favorite music artist, for you, whatever, and moving just in the way my body needs, paying attention to the way it feels, not how it looks, moving in weird ways to release muscles and rubbing those muscles. And you know better than some tutorials on how to move your body. And I'm saying that too, with a lot of previous knowledge already in stretching and stuff, because of I grew up with a really active mama, and so I've been lucky enough to kind of have that just be a part of my subconscious. But I think that most people could, at least with stretching, trust themselves more. Obviously not entirely, don't get hurt. Look up the basics. But then once you have that footing, then you can sort of become more willing to trust yourself. Alright, goodbye, I love you, and take care of yourself, and breathe, and come back for more. And like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah.